Welcome to PlayStation Access, my name is Nathan. PlayStation 5 arrives this November and we now have a pretty clear picture of what the console is and how it will work. There are still a few things to discover over the coming weeks, but for now, here's everything you need to know about PlayStation 5. Number 1. If you don't know what PlayStation 5 looks like, it looks like this. Number 2. There are two versions of PlayStation 5. The Standard Edition and the Discless Digital Edition. There are no other changes in features or power aside from the disc drive. Number 3. PS5 will be released in the UK on the 19th of November and will cost £449.99 or £359.99 for the digital edition. Some countries, including the US, will launch a little earlier on the 12th. Number 4. We already know of 3 games that will be free on PlayStation 5. Platformer Astro's Playroom will be preloaded onto the console at release and will highlight the features of the DualSense controller. More on those in a moment. Also at launch, Battle Royale giant Fortnite will be ready to download for PS5 players who can carry over all their progress and purchases to the new console. And players will have 3 months to grab GTA Online for free after its launch as a standalone title in the second half of 2021. Number 5. Speaking of games, plenty of others have been announced and lots more are coming, but the confirmed launch day lineup from SIE Worldwide Studios is Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, Astro's Playroom, Demon's Souls, Sackboy: A Big Adventure, and Destruction All-Stars. Number 6, also announced for launch, is the PS Plus Collection, a new feature coming to PlayStation Plus on PS5. The PS Plus Collection is a curated list of some of the biggest games on PS4, all available to PS5 players with a Plus subscription, giving them access to essential hits like God of War, Uncharted 4, Bloodborne, Persona 5, Batman Arkham Knight, and, as you can see, plenty more. Number 7. PS5's controller is called DualSense and it looks like this. Number 8. The reason it's called DualSense instead of DualShock is because, as well as building on the successful features of DualShock 4, it's designed to explore a sense of touch within gameplay, with advanced haptic feedback adding a variety of powerful sensations during play and adaptive triggers built into the R2 and L2 buttons, offering levels of resistance as players press them. Overall, according to PlayStation's Hideaki Nishino, we want gamers to feel like the controller is an extension of themselves when they're playing, so much so that they forget it's even in their hands. Number 9. While we're talking about DualSense, the controller uses USB-C and will feature a rechargeable battery. Number 10. Let's get into PS5's specs. First of all, the numbers. The official specs list looks like this. The CPU comprises 8 Zen 2 AMD cores running at variable frequency up to 3.5 GHz. The GPU is a custom RDNA 2 based graphics engine with ray tracing acceleration capable of 10.3 teraflops. The system memory is 16GB of GDDR6 RAM with a 448GB per second bandwidth. The storage is a custom 825GB SSD with a 5.5GB per second raw read bandwidth. And PS5 game discs will be Ultra HD Blu-ray discs with a capacity of up to 100GB. And now, 11, let's take a look at some of what that actually translates into, starting nice and easy with that UHD Blu-ray optical drive, which means not only will game developers have more space for data when putting games together, but that you can also watch 4K Blu-rays on PlayStation 5. Number 12. PS5 CPU, the central processing unit responsible for performing instructions, is an 8-core CPU like PS4's, but based on the more advanced Zen 2 architecture, giving it a clock speed of 3.5 GHz compared to PlayStation 4's 1.6 GHz. In terms of raw processing power, it's more than double. 13. PS5's powerful custom GPU will allow for higher resolution in games as well as supporting ray tracing, which simulates the way light moves in real life. So games that take advantage of ray tracing will render objects like water, glass, and even hair more realistically. 14. Some of the most significant advances coming with PlayStation 5 are down to the console's storage, that ultra-high-speed SSD, and a connecting interface designed to optimize the speed at which data can be pushed through the system. The objective is for using PS5 to feel seamless and dynamic with larger, richer game worlds and much shorter load times. At an event earlier this year, Mark Cerny, the PlayStation 5 system architect, explained that PS5's SSD would reach speeds of at least 5 GB per second compared to the PlayStation 4's 100 MB per second, and that the aim is to reduce PS5 load times to 2 GB in 0.27 seconds compared to the PS4's 1 GB in 20 seconds. Number 15. PS5 storage will also have other advantages for gamers. Cerny talked about configurable installation, which means installing games in segments, so players might be able to install or remove the campaign or multiplayer section of a game to save space as they see fit. 16. According to Cerny's presentation, PlayStation 5 storage can be expanded with an off-the-shelf drive, similar to how things work on PS4, although it's important to bear in mind that as PlayStation 5 uses what is for now a cutting-edge piece of SSD hardware, many drives won't be fast enough to keep up with the PS5 systems. PlayStation will be validating hard drives that are suitable for use in PS5 over time. Number 17. PS5 will feature a custom 3D audio engine, offering a deeper sense of immersion through sounds and a greater sense of presence and locality. The system is called Tempest, and according to Hideaki Nishino again, you'll be able to hear raindrops hitting different surfaces all around you, and you can hear and precisely locate where an enemy is lurking behind you. Number 18. On the subject of 3D audio, PlayStation has announced the Pulse 3D wireless headset for PS5, which will feature 3D audio and noise-cancelling microphones. 19. Actually, a whole lineup of PS5 accessories has been announced. In addition to the Pulse 3D wireless headset and the DualSense wireless controller, there is a charging station with space for 2 controllers, a media remote, and a camera. 20. The new HD camera features 2 1080p lenses, an improvement over the PS4 camera's maximum resolution of 1280 by 800. 21. While we're talking about hardware accessories, it is confirmed that PSVR will also be compatible with PS5. Number 22. PS5 will be backwards compatible with the overwhelming majority of PS4 games. Based on testing, PlayStation expects more than 95% of the thousands of PS4 titles will be playable on PS5, with significant efforts devoted to expanded compatibility coverage coming over time. And number 23, PlayStation has confirmed that where its games are available on both PS4 and PS5, like Sackboy: A Big Adventure, there will be a free upgrade option available to players when they make the move to PS5. And that's everything you need to know about PlayStation 5 so far. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, tell us your thoughts about DualSense in the comments, and subscribe for more on PlayStation 5.
PlayStation